The world has engendered a particular kind of leadership because of the forms of democracies we've created. We've created market democracies, and we've created leaders who basically believe that in serving business, you're serving the interests of society. In serving the rationalities of profit making, you're serving life. That's at the heart of the crisis of leadership that we are facing today. And you see it at different levels. You see it at the level of our polities. This country has been a market democracy for 3 decades. I mean, we'll vote in an election, but whoever comes to power the next day will take their advice from the World Bank and the IMF and the World Economic Forum and so on. So the demos is unimportant. It's the power of corporations. And I must say this, as he is a political scientist, if you study history, this happened in the interwar years, where you marketized societies, and it gave rise to fascism, okay? Again, we are living the second coming of fascism because people are not thinking and they are not grappling critically and self-reflexively. The last point to make about this crisis of leadership is that it is manifesting even in multilateral institutions and so on. So, you know, for 3 decades, we have the best science on climate, but we just don't have the requisite leadership to deal with this problem. There's been, if you like, doubt created on the science. There's been delays, there's been capture of this process by very powerful interests. And so if we are going to really confront this moment, we really have to think about leadership beyond this kind of leadership. I think for me in my work, what I have found at the grassroots for many years, you know, if you look at the drought that we had, it was communities that rallied, that held their communities together. During COVID-19, it wasn't the Solidarity Fund and capital and the state, the failed Ramaphosa regime that held this country together. It was communities that held it together. We did a lot of work around the food crisis. During the July 2021 violence, when leadership failed this country completely, we could have ended up in a race war in this country. Who held it together? It was the grassroots that stepped in front, etc. So there's something about that, without romanticizing it. There's an impulse around a new conception of power, of agency, of ethics, etc. And I think in my own work, in my political journey, the future lies there.